Welcome to LVT-SHOWBIZ, the place to get the fastest, highest quality, most interesting updates and new perspectives on Chinese entertainment. Thanks for watching LVT-SHOWBIZ. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to stay tuned for more exciting stories from the world of Chinese celebrities. Leave your thoughts.
Shocking news has just unfolded, and it is the kind of story that seems simple on the surface, yet becomes more unsettling the deeper you look. Kai and Tan Songyun, two of the most recognized faces in Chinese entertainment, reportedly lost their mobile phones during a chaotic arrival at Bangkok airport, and what followed was not just a routine search, but a 4-hour situation that left even seasoned airport staff surprised by the level of urgency. This was not the calm inconvenience of misplacing a device. This felt different. Their managers moved quickly, almost frantically, retracing every step, speaking to staff, reviewing footage, and even offering substantial rewards for information. And then, when the phones were eventually found together in a location few would expect, the story shifted from a simple loss to something far more intriguing. Because when something ordinary ends in an extraordinary way, it invites a question that is difficult to ignore. Was this really just an accident? Or was there a moment in those missing hours that no one is quite ready to explain? The timeline itself already creates a sense of tension. After clearing customs in the mid-afternoon, both Kai and Tan Songyun moved through the airport under the usual pressure that follows high-profile arrivals. Crowds, security coordination, and constant movement can easily create small moments of distraction. It was only later, while attempting to reconnect with their team and manage the situation outside the terminal, that they realized their phones were no longer with them. At first, it may have seemed like a minor oversight. A quick check of pockets, a search through bags, perhaps even a hopeful assumption that the devices had simply been misplaced. But as minutes passed, that assumption began to fade. What stands out is not just that the phones were missing, but how quickly the atmosphere changed once that reality settled in. Multiple accounts suggest that both management teams reacted with a level of urgency that went beyond what one might expect from losing replaceable devices. Airport staff described a noticeable shift in tone, from routine concern to something closer to controlled panic. Kai's team reportedly moved rapidly across different sections of the terminal, retracing every possible path, speaking with cleaning staff, security personnel, and customer service representatives. The question repeated over and over again was simple, yet loaded with urgency. Had anyone seen or found the missing phones? At the same time, Tan Songyun's team took a more strategic approach, focusing on surveillance footage to understand exactly where the devices might have been lost. Accessing airport security systems is not a casual request, yet it appears that special arrangements were made under supervision, highlighting how seriously the situation was being treated. This dual approach, one physical and one investigative, reveals something important. It was not just about finding lost property. It was about controlling a situation before it could evolve into something much larger. Then came another detail that added an unexpected layer to the story. Reports began to circulate that rewards were being offered for information leading to the recovery of the phones, with figures ranging from modest to notably generous, depending on the source. While this could be seen as a practical step to speed up the process, it also signaled a deeper concern. People rarely escalate so quickly, unless there is something at stake beyond the obvious. And that leads to the part of the story that has captured public attention the most. What exactly made these phones so important? In today's world, a smartphone is far more than a device. It holds messages, images, contacts, and fragments of personal life that are never meant for public view. For public figures, that private space carries even greater weight. Unreleased content, conversations, and personal moments all exist within that small piece of technology. Losing it, even briefly, introduces a level of uncertainty that cannot be easily measured. After several hours of searching, the phones were eventually found. Not in a visible area, not in lost property, but inside a restroom trash receptacle near the customs exit. It is this detail that has prompted the most discussion. Lost items are typically dropped, forgotten, or left behind in plain sight. Finding two devices together in such a specific and concealed location raises questions that are difficult to answer with certainty. It does not confirm anything on its own, yet it shifts the tone of the entire incident. Both devices were reportedly still powered on when recovered, which offers some reassurance, but also leaves a lingering uncertainty. In the time they were missing, what might have happened? Was it simply a case of being misplaced and later discovered? Or was there a moment in between where the situation became more complicated? Without official confirmation, these questions remain open, and that openness is precisely what continues to draw attention. Interestingly, no formal public statements have clarified whether any data was accessed or compromised. This silence, whether intentional or simply cautious, adds another layer to the narrative. Sometimes, what is not said becomes just as significant as what is shared. It allows space for interpretation, for speculation, and for the audience to engage with the story in a more personal way. From a broader perspective, this incident also highlights a growing reality in modern travel and public life. The devices we carry are extensions of ourselves, containing pieces of identity that go far beyond their physical form. For celebrities, the stakes are even higher. The balance between public image and private life is carefully maintained, and any disruption to that balance can feel disproportionately significant. There is also a subtle reminder here about the unpredictability of environments like international airports. Even with high levels of security, moments of vulnerability can still occur. Movement, distraction, and unfamiliar surroundings all contribute to situations where small lapses can lead to larger consequences. It is not necessarily about fault, but about how quickly circumstances can change. Another aspect that has quietly emerged is the shared nature of the incident. Both individuals experience the same issue at the same time, which naturally invites curiosity. It suggests that their phones may have been kept in a similar place, or that their circumstances overlapped in a way that made simultaneous loss possible. This detail, while simple, adds depth to the story and encourages further reflection. At its core, this is a story that sits between clarity and uncertainty. There is a clear beginning, a series of actions, and a resolution in the form of recovered devices. Yet between those points lies a space filled with unanswered questions. That space is what transforms a routine incident into something far more compelling. Perhaps the most important takeaway is not about what happened, but about how it was experienced. The urgency, the reactions, and the quiet aftermath all point to a moment where control was briefly lost and then carefully regained. In a world where image and privacy are constantly balanced, even a short disruption can feel significant. And as the story continues to circulate, it serves as a reminder that sometimes the most engaging narratives are not the ones with clear answers, but the ones that leave us thinking just a little bit longer. If you found this story intriguing and want to stay updated with more behind-the-scenes moments, evolving narratives, and deeper insights into the world of entertainment, don't forget to subscribe to LVT-SHOWBIZ. Your support means everything, and it allows us to continue bringing you stories that go beyond the surface. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to sharing the next story with you very soon.